Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂, we're top on investing, finance, and professional development. So current time of 10:03 a.m. on Eastern time on September 18th on Sunday. Hope you guys have a good weekend so far. Respect to Ethereum, currently at $1,432, down about 2.5% so far. On the overall crypto market and the equity market, across the spectrum, we're still relatively red. We're still digesting, what, I would say collectively, a relatively negative last week, right? Just to count them one by one again. Open on Monday on the 12th, which, have to anticipate pressure on the negative CPI report, which came out to be true on the 13th. And then subsequently on the 14th, the PPI report, which was like a kind of lukewarm type of moderate, like we just meet expectations, but obviously being diluted by the negative CPI report. And then with respect to the 15th, which was obviously, the 2.0 merge, and then the 16th was the negative FedEx news, which, they have adjusted their guidance on an outlook perspective, but also their stock have basically declined by 19%, which, indicating that there's going to be a slowdown domestically, but globally as well. So as of this morning right now, I would say across the news front, there isn't a lot of news. Obviously, we have digested most of it. But with respect to some of the interesting factor that we should be aware of, obviously, with respect to Her Majesty, passing, on Monday, they're going to be expecting to do some sort of a ceremony, which I believe Joe Biden is going to be visiting in the UK, for her, to be participate alongside with other nations' heads, to be, showing respect, obviously. But I also know that on Tuesday, unless there's a change of agenda, he's also speaking in front of the United Nations alongside with, all the global leaders of the world. I'm not sure about the topic of discussions, but with respect to the high level topic of discussions on, on the basically the entire day meeting, it's going to be around environmental sustainability, and obviously some global issues that they're also talking about. But I'm not saying there's anything that we should be worry about. But obviously with respect to some news that we have heard recently from Joe Biden himself and the administration, they are putting some regulatory, constraints and regulations onto crypto. So if we hear something specific from that, we might see some sell off, but who knows, right? So let's just dive into technical with respect to recording time of 10:06 a.m. on the Eastern time. We are at 1430, which is like just a hair below 1450, which is the real level. And then the next level down is obviously, if you follow our Patreon, it's going to be somewhere around 1250 based on the technical resistance level and support level. If we go back up, we're going to go back up to obviously, somewhere around 1650, which I don't think that will be likely at the moment because of the RSI is quite bearish. MACD is still bearish, right? You could see that we're still kind of falling without level of plateau yet. And this is being confirmed by the weekly chart as well. You kind of need to cross down before you cross up with the double heads. So seeing lower levels from here is more likely than seeing high levels from here. And then on a monthly, you can see that we kind of need to glide down until we find a landing zone and then until we take off. So on the monthly, it looks not terrible, decent. Bitcoin, you can see that we are opening at 20,000 and we broke 20,000, which is quite expected. On the monthly, still bullish. On a weekly, it's still bearish because you need to kind of cross down before we cross up with respect to the heads and heads. On the daily right now, we need to kind of cross down before we cross up. So seeing lower levels down to, somewhere around like 19,500, 18,500, 17,500. I think the next substantive level will be somewhere around like 15,500. If we break 15,500, we're heading down to somewhere around obviously the flat numbers like 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. If we break 10,000, it's gonna head all the way down to 3,000, unfortunately, because we do have a large gap. I think that likelihood of going back to 4 digits would be low. based on just the setup, right? We are not like all sky high. We are like at the moderate slash low level at 43 out of 70. We just need to kind of correct, come back down, to confirm and complete the cycle for the weekly, which we need to kind of decline and then appreciate from here. And then on a month's out, we should ideally see higher levels from here. Okay, so it's a shorter one than typical because the news are not that active today. But hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll check you on the next one on tomorrow, Monday, unless there's something that percolates later today. But it should be we should be pretty static today. Nothing crazy should be expected. I mean, at least I hope, right? Appreciate you. Have a good day and take care. Bye.